custom in many Middle Eastern communities is to read until the end of the verses of Birkat Kohanim, the priestly blessing, for Aliyat Kohen, when reading Perashat Naso on Shabbat. This makes the first Aliyah of Perashat Naso a total of 87 Pisukim. This was documented as a custom of the land of Israel by Rabbi Haimin Hasheset Tehon in his book Eretz Hayim in the year 1908. This was also recorded as a custom of Safed and Gibraltar by the Keter Shem Tov. Other places that practice this custom include Morocco, Tunisia, Baghdad, Egypt, and Damascus. What about Halab? Was it also customary to read Aliyat Kohen until the end of the verses of Birkat Kohanim in Halab? In the year 1974, Mr. Sam Kan Alav Shalom, an important community leader at that time, sent a letter to Hakam Moshe Tawil Alav Shalom, who had been the chief rabbi of Halab in the 1930s, and later went to live in Israel. In his letter, Mr. Kan inquired about the custom of Halab with regards to reading Aliyat Kohen until the end of Birkat Kohanim in Perashat Naso. Here is a copy of the letter that Mr. Kan received in response from Hakam Moshe Tawil. The letter is dated the 28th of Sivan in the year 5734, which is June 18th, 1974 on the secular calendar. Hakam Tawil responded that reading Kohen until the end of Birkat Kohanim was never the custom in Halab at all, and that their custom goes back for many generations. He then added that new teachers who came to Halab in recent times from Europe tried to introduce that custom, but the rabbis rejected the change and maintained their original custom. So Birkat Kohanim is not part of Aliyat Kohen. Which Aliyah was it read for in Halab? If you look at the relatively new community tikkun, Birkat Abraham, which marks the Aliyah stops in accordance with the traditions of Halab, you will see that the verses of Birkat Kohanim are read for Aliyat Shishi. In fact, the verses of Birkat Kohanim is all that is read for Aliyat Shishi according to the tradition of Halab. And if you look in the back of the tikkun, you will find a chart which shows how the Aliyot were broken up for each Perashah by various Halabi rabbis. If you look in Perashat Naso, you will find that reading Birkat Kohanim as Aliyat Shishi is based on the Aliyah stops of Hakam Yaakov Qasin, Hakam Ezra Mishanieh, Hakam Ishaq Shehebar, and Hakam Yom Tov Yedid Alehem HaShalom. This is consistent with the custom of Halab of selecting a very important part of the Perashah for Aliyat Shishi, as Aliyat Shishi is considered the most important Aliyah according to the teachings of the Mikubalim. And when we read Birkat Kohanim for Aliyat Shishi, it is not necessary to only send up a Kohen for that Aliyah. As we said, Aliyat Shishi is considered an important Aliyah, and therefore it's always customary to send up an important person for Aliyat Shishi. Similarly, with Perashat Naso, we send up an important person for Aliyat Shishi, but not necessarily a Kohen, even though Birkat Kohanim is being read. So even though many, if not most, Middle Eastern communities read the verses of Birkat Kohanim as part of Aliyat Kohen in Perashat Naso, the custom in Halab was to read the verses of Birkat Kohanim for Aliyat Shishi. This custom was continued by our community in New York, by Hakam Yaakov Qasin and Hakam Ezra Mishanieh, and in Argentina by Hakam Ishaq Shehebar. And most recently, this custom was perpetuated by our new community tikkun, Birkat Abraham.